Hey guys, reading time. How is everyone? Alrighty. So, this main collective, I do not have a message, but I am feeling a little bit of nervousness. I wanted to tap into the collective's energy first to see maybe if what message would come over me, but the biggest thing is I'm feeling a little bit of nervousness, but let's see what's going on with this collective. What is wrong with my hair today? A lot of humidity. It's been raining. Alrighty. Just to confirm that this is your collective, I want to tap into what you are currently going through. And then we'll break it down and see what's going on. All right. This main collective. What is this main collective currently going through? Wow. Clearly, some release of outdated thinking having to do with soul contracts or soul connections. A certain soul connection in particular, maybe. Okay, so we have a bunch, so we're putting these together, all of them. All right, so we have cassette. This is about outdated thinking, the perception conditioning events. Maybe you're replaying certain events in your mind having to do with a soul connection or someone who you felt was in your soul's agreement or soul contract. Remember, please do not make these fit. We do have, wow, confirmation. We've been healing heart. So I believe that this collective, even through this, certain conditioning mind frame is what I'm hearing with that. Maybe a certain conditioning mind frame. That's something that you've had to heal out from this connection. Maybe the negative thinking. I'm seeing my Knight of Swords in reverse, the emotional anxiety, but because of that overthinking mind. But you've been trying to really focus on healing from this heartbreak, relationship or addiction, confirmation with that addictive thought pattern is what I'm releasing yourself from toxicity, whatever that may, mean for you. If it's something having to do with mental anxiety, releasing certain toxic traits in your mind, with negative thinking and such. Even certain connections, releasing yourself from those connections. I feel this collective, just because of this love that came out after that healing heart, I feel like this collective, you've been really trying to remove certain toxicities out of your life, whatever doesn't really serve you, and trying to really concentrate or really focus on that unconditional love towards yourself and that oneness, and putting yourself back together again. I heard Humpty Dumpty. But you were able to. That's what I was feeling, really giving yourself affection, you giving, focusing on your internal passion as well, focusing on your self-love with that. We do have the boat. This is about progression arriving. So this could be something around your energy, even though I did ask the question what you guys were currently going through. But we have the boat and love call. So I feel like this collective, maybe you don't know this, maybe you don't even feel this yet, maybe you're feeling a little bit disconnected, just because I feel like this collective, you've been so focused on yourself. Maybe you do feel a little bit disconnected, having to do with that soulmate energy, and maybe that's where that outdated thinking, that conditioning thinking, I'm seeing this big release with that, having to do with, that connection, just because I was really feeling that, that disconnect energy, like you feel disconnected from this person. So maybe it was, I feel like that's, whenever that happened, that's divinely guided. I feel like when that does happen, it's because maybe the other person is going through a lot having to do with emotional awareness or even emotional release. And us as divine feminines, we can really absorb our masculine's energy when they're really going through it. And sometimes, even though those are lessons having to do with our emotional awareness as well and what we need to release, sometimes I feel the universe kind of like puts us a little bit in the dark to protect us a little bit, because we're already going through so much internally ourselves. And so that we don't, really hit that burnout mode, they tend to protect us energetically and kind of disconnect us from our masculine, so that we can really focus on that oneness and working on our internal without having, that heavy weight of our masculine's energy as well. You know what I mean? That came to my mind for a reason. For this collective, you could really have gone through that, mind frame. It's like, oh, maybe I'm feeling disconnected because of this. But we have receiving progression, arriving, closure issues. I was seeing my Mercury retrograde card with that. And someone is expressing love, a message of love, but they're thinking of you and wanting to let you know. It's the reason why I said I'm feeling a little bit nervous. So it could be that it's not this collective who's feeling nervous, but the person tied to this collective who's feeling nervous. Hold on, let me see. Let me get my emotion cards. I want to see what emotions are sitting on currently. What emotions is the person tied to this collective sitting on currently? Oh, wow, forgiveness. So they're definitely thinking about an apology, but acknowledging that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. The reason why I said nervousness. They're afraid you're going to judge them. So they could be going through a judgment period right now as well. I do believe, whenever I see this, I see that purple curtain. And whenever this comes out, you know, even though they're sitting in, when I ask the question what emotions you guys are sitting on or the person tied to you is sitting on, I do feel like whenever this comes out, and mostly when it's kind of like this kind of reading, you know, kind of, it looks like kind of like a clarity reading, but not even for this collective, for this person. I feel, you know, that kind of like that purple curtain has been lifted, and it's like they're like bombarded with everything that they have done in the relationship and in their lives. And it's kind of like that overwhelming feeling of, oh my God, what have I done? You know what I mean? So naturally, I feel that this person, that's why it's like, this is the first thing that comes in their energy emotionally. Clearly it's weighing them down, you know, and they're reflecting on their behavior with you. There's a reason why they're nervous. You know what I mean? But they're going through acceptance. Accepting responsibility. I'm seeing my accepting responsibility, you know, the blame one, but the little explanation one that says they are accepting responsibility for your own well-being. I feel like that's what they're currently going through as well. But learning, accepting that, you know, they're learning, maybe seeing the lessons a little bit more instead of seeing, you know, oh, this has been done to me, this has been, you know what I mean? Accepting the things that they cannot change. Forgiveness and that judgment. Let's get one last one, and then let's just confirm these, and then I want to confirm your energy with tarot, and then we'll get into how you're feeling towards this person and such. But imagination. What did I say? That Nine of Swords, I feel this person, even though I do see this always as Page of Cups, you know, that, you know, very imaginative energy, you know, they tend to really live in kind of like a movie in their mind, or they create a movie in their mind, and it's easier to stay stuck in that than, you know, take action and really, you know, it's more of a naive approach, the Page of Cups. But I immediately, when I saw this, I saw that Nine of Swords. I saw that Nine of Swords upright as well. So it's not only that they're going through that emotional baggage, I feel like they're really going through in their mind, you know, all the possible scenarios that, you know, and kind of like an Eight of Swords as well, because it's like the entrapment a little bit. But I do feel like with this acceptance, they're kind of like moving into that Nine. So I feel like Nine, even though it's a very heavy energy, I feel like it's a very transformative energy, being a 9 as such, as in numerology as well. But it's a very transformative energy, because it's not, you know, even though you are reflecting, I would like to say, because I do believe like in that Nine of Swords, you do tend to reflect a little bit. Instead of being entrapped with that Eight of Swords, you're trapped in your mind and you cannot get out of it whatsoever. You know, you don't even know you're doing it. You know what I mean? Unless, you know, you're in this journey and you're aware. I feel, my personal belief. I do feel like that Nine of Swords really puts whoever is going through it in that introspection kind of energy, and like, you know, why am I thinking this, and why am I feeling this anxiety, you know, and why what was this rush that I just felt, and why is all of this coming into my mind at the same time? You know what I mean? I feel that's what's going on with this person, and there's fear tied to it, and there's anxiety. I really was seeing my Nine of Swords upright, that, you know, this person is really, you know, going through it mentally and emotionally as well, because of this, wanting to ask for this forgiveness, or really focusing on that apology, and afraid that you're going to judge them and not accept that apology, which is literally the emotions that came out. All right, let's confirm these. We have passion on the bottom, so I do believe that there is passion being ignited in this person. All right, cassette. Karmic connection, confirmation. Feel this collective. Maybe you are really going over, you know, there's a reason why I said you're feeling disconnected from this person. So maybe you kind of are thinking, maybe this was just a karmic connection that I just needed to learn from. You know, maybe part of my soul contract with this person was something karmic I needed to release. Don't make it fit. This collective, you would have had that thought pattern in these last days. I'm hearing days. I'm sorry, I have to get my lashes done, and because they're like terrible. But this is about letting go and loving you. The outdated thinking, letting go of what no longer serves you. You know, whatever triggers you. Not that you're not wanting to confront your triggers. It's, you know, where your triggers are coming from. You know, in each situation you're in, what trigger maybe surface. So you just decide to really remove yourself. It's kind of like being ahead of your tower. You know, it's like, it's literally, and being ahead of, you know, Archangel Michael, you know, he really sends you those red flags over and over and over again. If you do not learn that red flag, like by the 10th time, I don't even know how many times he sends it, but it came to my mind by the 10th time. If you do not learn that, that red flag, you know, what it means, he will remove that, is whatever is that obstacle, that is the obstacle that is, you know, blocking your most abundant timeline. That is what I mean when I say the obstacles that Archangel Michael removes. Whatever in that moment is a block, love, work, family, whatever in that moment is a block for you to be, you know, ascending into your highest timeline, he will remove it if you do not see the red flags. For some reason I wanted to say that. But this collective, I feel like you have, in that outdated thinking that you've had in the past and you finally removed, had to do with certain lessons, maybe the resentment in the connection, and not understanding that everything happens for a reason. You know, really focused on the turmoil and just, you know, and the disagreement and just the hardship of it all, instead of seeing the lesson as, you know, as fact. It's something I needed to learn to be the person I am today. This collective, you've learned that. Don't make it fit. Soul connection. Boundaries. That is what I'm seeing with that. I'm not seeing the anger. I'm not seeing, you know, the not dealing. I am seeing you removing yourself from a situation that does not serve you. Putting up the boundary. Soul connection or not, I put myself first. That is what I'm feeling with that. And more so with this healing heart right next to it, that has to do with freedom of a toxic relationship or addiction or thought pattern, whatever that doesn't serve you. Healing heart. Paradise, confirmation, focusing on your oneness. Yes, snaps for this collective. I like this. I love it when this is. It's not that I don't love doing my other collectives, but whenever, like, I don't know, I feel like I get into these collectives where you my feminines or my masculines are really focused on that oneness and not that external union. It's like it's a breath of fresh air for me. You know, it's like, oh my God, yes, they're learning the lessons. They're coming into wholeness. They're coming into their inner peace, you know, which I feel whenever that this happens. I feel whenever this kind of energy comes over me, you know, to read to you guys, it's my collective has gone through hell mentally, basically. And one of your, you know, manifestations or one of the prayers you've had to whoever it is that you pray to was, in fact, I want mental peace. I want peace within. Not even, and it doesn't even have to be from this year, last year. At some point in your life, when you started this journey, the biggest thing that maybe you've said to yourself, I just want peace. Don't make that fit. And this collective, I feel, by finally releasing that outdated thinking, by focusing on the boundaries and, you know, not accepting less than what you deserve, by focusing on your oneness and releasing any toxicity, you are coming into your expansion energy. You're coming into your happiness energy. You're focused on joy. You're focused on, you know, what makes you feel good and what makes you feel at peace. You're enjoying yourself is what I'm feeling with that. But there's this playfulness within you right now, finally. Because you've been focused so much and for so long on healing. You're coming into your oneness is what I'm feeling. Yes, unconditional love. Yes, it's kisses, but I was seeing that as the unconditional love. You're giving and you're receiving your affection on your own. Unconditional love. Hammer, rebuilding yourself through this. That's the first thing that this is my 50-50 card. I do believe that maybe it could be a little bit this person that they could be going over certain self-sabotage patterns having to do with this unconditional love, having to do with the affection that maybe they gave you or non-affection that maybe they gave you. Oh my God, I just saw a butterfly. Did you guys see that fly that way? Transformation. I've been bombarded by butterflies, seriously. But I feel this collective, what you are repeating in your life is you giving yourself that unconditional love. And focusing on that oneness, persisting through your unconditional love, working on your unconditional love. Where this person, I feel they could be going over that self-sabotage energy, but also could be really thinking, just because of this boat and this love call right here, they could be wanting to really rebuild again. And it makes sense with that nervousness that I was feeling before. Keep it zero. Have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation. Boat. Addictions. Hold on. So sailing away from the addictions, from the codependency, maybe that was one of your blocks, you know, and I find that with my feminines, you know, usually, and this is a general reading, but I find that in my collectives, usually when this addictions comes out, I instantly see that codependency, you know, and usually it's because of abandonment issues that you've had in the past, maybe coming from estranged parents or, you know, estranged family members, or a lot of love partners that, you know, you've ended up putting more into that cup, pouring more into that cup than they have. And then, you know, both, they would just leave. That kind of energy. Don't make it fit. But this collective, whatever was blocking you before, having to do with addictions, confirmation, what we said before, you're finding progression in it. You know, there's a closure issue having to do. You could be coming into a completion. I'm seeing the world coming to. But also, I am feeling, because we did speak about this other person having to do with that sabotage, I feel like this person could be also, and it makes sense, if they are nervous right now and they're maybe focused on the progression and, you know, wanting to express how they feel towards you and going through that sabotage energy, I do believe that maybe certain obsession is being activated within them, their possessiveness, certain controlling tendencies. So whatever they had a block in their energy, and usually divines, I find that, I'm already saying that this is a divine because I feel like it's a divine. I find that divines tend to have kind of like the same kind of like past traumatic, you know, upbringing, you know what I mean? So some of your blocks could actually really resonate with this other person. So if you were a person who was in avoidance your whole life until you were, and you would only you would know, like, for example, you know, you were a person who would, you know, meet someone, maybe date them a couple of weeks, and then for some reason, like, poof, like that, you just exited and whatever. That kind of thing, this person would have the same tendency with that as well. You know what I mean? It came to my mind for a reason, so that could have been something that actually happened with you. But be lighthearted. Things are coming to light. I do believe this person is going over a lot of heavy emotion having to do with the hammer and that addictions. Love call. Whoa. Self-indulgence. This collective, self-indulgence. This person, they're needing to take that time. They're going through that shadow self. That's what I feel. that love call, that wanting to, you know, that sense of urgency of wanting to contact you and wanting to apologize and wanting, I said sense of urgency for a reason. I need to get, I'm going to have to get dice. Where you've been focusing, this makes sense with that addiction and that hammer for this person, you know, where this collective, you've been focused on your self-worth. They're now activated because I feel like you finally closed out a cycle with your self-worth and finally understand what you deserve. And, you know, it's kind of like the universe knows you won't repeat that cycle. This person now is being presented with that, you know, purple curtain off and with all of their shadow and what they need to deal with their self-sabotage tendencies, their codependence, their obsessions, their controlling nature, you know, whatever puts a block in them, they're being, you know, illuminated with it, with that shadow work and what they're needing time to heal with and focus on their own self-appreciation before making this love call. But I do feel like this love call, this sense of urgency is actually activating this in them so they can start working in it. I want one more. So I was really feeling that part. One more for self-indulgence and love call. Let's see who this is, just to confirm. Heartbroken. So they're going over the heartbreak now. Deeply sad. I don't feel like this is you guys at all. You know, I don't feel this collective you feel lost at all. I feel this person is feeling lost. The breakup, the grieving, the mourning, they're going confirmation to what I said before. But they are being, you know, shown all of this for them to start focusing on their own stability, their own permanence and growth and endurance. All right. Let me quickly confirm that part. I want to confirm your energy because we got a little mix of both. I want to confirm your energy with tarot. Just get 3 and confirm. And then we will see where this goes. Because I don't even know where I want to go with this. So we'll just see how this reading takes us. All right. All right. Let's confirm what this collective is going through just with 3 cards, please. Currently, where is this collective currently going through? You're beautiful. So by putting in the work, you're manifesting your desires. That outdated thinking, removal. Beautiful. There's progress. There's a level up with this. You could be traveling as well. But there are big developments happening. 3 of Wands. You have, oh my God, if another, I don't even want to say it, but I feel like it could be that maybe another one comes out. One more. I'm seeing my 3 of Pentacles. Oh, Queen of Cups. All right. But, all right. Okay, hold on. So we have the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Cups, and the Queen of Cups in reverse. With this 3 of Cups, this is about social gatherings, but also it's about soul family for me. So you could be, again, confirmation to what I said before with you are focused on what does, you know, make you feel good, that oneness energy, that give and that receive energy, and I feel soul energies really do that. But you could be currently, you know, going through certain artistic pursuits. Maybe that's why you're going to travel. It came to my mind. But having a good time, enjoying your day by day, really in the moment energy, you know, living in kind of like in that present moment, that presence card, that's the asking what the universe asks of you. You could be a Cancer or a Taurus. We have water and air and Aries. Cancer and Aries. And we have, hold on. Where is that? This is my little cheat sheet. Because I don't even know. Like the signs, some of them I do, and some of them are like in my head. So we have Cancer sign, we have Aries. So you guys could be a fire water pairing, or you could have these in your big 3. But we have Mercury, and there's a reason why I said Mercury retrograde at once, but we have Mercury and we have the Sun. So I do believe like this collective, you're being very conscious with what you're saying. You're being very conscious and very decisive with certain actions and thought patterns. Mercury is having to do with that communication as well, but also communicating in a balanced emotional way. You know what I mean? Came to my mind like that. We do have this Queen of Cups in reverse. I do feel this could be because it's tied to this person, even though I did ask the question again, but it has to do with what you are currently going through as well. There is certain fostering codependency. It's the first thing that came to my mind was this person, but you could be going through a little bit of melancholy right now, or feeling a little bit imbalanced. I want one more to clarify this, because I wasn't really feeling that with the black deck. There's a certain unstable situation that is putting a little bit of imbalance in your energy or melancholy. It could be this person, but something having to do with caution and under review, Mercury retrograde. I'm going to have to get those cards. Hold on. I'm going to have to get that. Hold on. Okay. What is this Queen of Cups energy? What is under review now? Aren't we coming into a Mercury retrograde soon? Can't remember. Oh my God, and you got water sign. Water sign is important. Don't make it fit. This person could be a water sign, but Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and experiencing a breakup. We have challenges and spy. So I feel like this Queen of Cups in reverse is this person. There's a reason why I said it. But they could be the water sign. They could be going through a breakup right now, or they're going over the breakup in the relationship. We did get that on with that black deck. They're going over the challenges. Again, confirmation to what I said before and if this is really their energy, I do believe it is, because I don't feel this collective you're spying. No, this collective you're not spying. You've moved away from whatever will put mental anxiety in your mind. This, opening Pandora's box is not for you. Don't make it fit. If you are still checking profiles and stuff, this is not your reading, and it's okay, but it's not your reading. I believe this person, again, what I said before, that curtain has been lifted. They are being faced with a lot of challenges that are going to force them to go inward, force them to really work on their inner healing and make that conscious decision of wanting to heal. Earth signs. So you could be a water earth pairing, but grounding their emotions as well is what I'm seeing with that. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, having to do with intimacy issues, fear of intimacy maybe. Divorce, moving. You could have lived with this person. Whenever this moving comes out, I do believe that you guys lived with a person. So it could be that you guys lived with this person and maybe they're going over those times. That's where that melancholy is coming from as well, maybe. But they're changing their residence. They could be moving currently as well. I don't think this collective, that. Challenges. Health. Making that conscious decision to focus on healthier choices. They need to make that decision for themselves. Maybe they are currently going through certain health issues, maybe, really fevers and stuff like that, because of climate change, I'm seeing. But it makes sense with what they're under review now. So their emotional, whatever has to do with their emotional state, it's making them, I feel like the universe is putting them under review to see if they're going to make that conscious decision of focus on their health, mental health, internet, whatever health, kind of, them actually putting in the work to really make themselves whole. You know what I mean? Ironing out the details having to do with their emotional imbalance. And it makes sense. It makes sense with all of this. Figuring themselves out. Activating them to figure themselves out. Spy. Taking that risk. But problems with addictions or gambling or bad finances maybe, I want one more for that. I was seeing that taking that risk energy. But, okay, gathering more information. Certain expectations maybe. Maybe they feel that you're pregnant, but they're in the love spell right now. And we did get that with that black deck. All right. So clearly this Queen of Cups is not you. And they're still in your energy, but it makes sense. All right. Let's get Three of Wands. No, actually, I feel I just want to confirm. Well, no, I want to, because that one's not your energy. Maybe they're being, it came to my mind. I felt like it was kind of like a shortcut, what I just wanted to do. And remember, I'm here to tell you how you're, confirm how you're feeling, or, you know, confirm the energy that I'm feeling, and not tell you how you're feeling or how this person is being, you know what I mean? They could be being presented with, you know, certain situations where it's kind of like that. Situations where they're, you know, having to reflect, or maybe, you know, they're having to decide if they take the shortcut or if they actually put in the whole work in any kind of case. And this collective as well is what I'm feeling. This collective, you could be having moments where you're kind of like, oh, I'll do this like this because it's faster, but then it's like, no, but then I'm gonna have to do it again because maybe it won't, you know what I mean? It's coming to my mind for a reason. Don't make it fit. But that whole situation really like put that perspective in me, you know what I mean? 3 of Wands. Are you gonna take the fast road? Are you gonna take it? Wow. So there's big developments having to do with the Lover's energy. It makes sense with why they're in your energy right now and you don't even feel it. But whatever you are manifesting, whatever you are having progress with, at this moment, I feel that there are certain misaligned values. I want one more, but I feel like this is also, you know, there's big developments having to do with the imbalance in the situation, which makes sense because this person, if they are emotionally imbalanced, it makes sense why this is a misaligned energy, because this collective, you are in balance. One more for Lovers. Wow. Wow. So there's a clarity of thought for this collective. And there's a little bit of lack of faith, I feel. Not negativity, but, you know, it's like that karmic connection is what I was feeling. I feel this collective, maybe for a very long time you had this person as part of your soul contract, maybe part of your, they were your divine, but now you're really in that mind frame of maybe they were just a lesson, maybe they were just a karmic. That's what I'm feeling with this. So it kind of shifted your focus into yourself more. You feel that's confirming that black deck right there. So there was a change of focus for this collective. There was a clear choice made because your values didn't align. I need to move away from this and focus on myself. Don't make it fit. It was a very concrete decision for this collective. It was kind of like from a date, literally you just woke up one morning like, I need to get out of this mind frame. Don't make that fit. But I do feel like also maybe because you guys are intertwined right now, I feel like your threads are kind of like very intertwined right now. I feel this person is lacking a little bit of inspiration or faith. That's where that nervousness is coming from, and a little bit of hopelessness and negativity. You know, they're going through that despair. They're going through, and it's activating their flow focus and their clarity of thought. 3 of Cups. And as I was saying that, did you notice how my throat chakra was closing up? There's something having to do with certain truths that they're needing to come up. Again, that forgiveness energy. 3 of Cups. Gatherings, parties. The Devil. That's shadow energy. Could be that it's this, it could be this person, you know, their addictive thought pattern. Maybe you started really, you know, and maybe this I feel like this collective, you're not needing to really escape. You're trying to live more in the moment. That's what I was feeling, where this person maybe instead of, you know, really living in the moment, because you're intertwined clearly. Let me get one more for the Devil. I want to confirm who this Devil is. I feel like this collective, you're more on focusing on the good times and focusing on, you know, true connections, where this person maybe is in that shadow part of this 3 of Cups, that reverse energy, you know, really under the influence or partying a lot, or, you know, more that escapism than the connection. You feel like their shadow is being illuminated with that aspect, where this collective, because we do have reunion here. So I feel like, again, what I said before, your threads are intertwined right now. You're feeding within your threads. And there it is. They're over. Well, that's good. So this shadow is being illuminated. So they're overcoming that despair, the accepting the change, the acceptance. That's not bad. They're ready to move on, healing. Let's get one more, though, for the Devil. Capricorn energy, you guys got earth sign, but playing my, not speaking their truth. And literally as my throat was the unanswered questions is what's bombarding in there, what's like keeping them in that Nine of Swords. We're gonna have to tap into them. Queen of Cups. It's so crazy, literally. So what's under review is this Four of Wands in reverse now. That lack of support, that disunion, that unwelcoming energy, you know, certain family problems maybe as well. Maybe they're being confronted with their shadow and, you know, their avoidance with family right now. But discord, divorce, they got that divorce right there. It's putting melancholy into them. It's putting them in this imbalanced energy so that they can finally shift it themselves. They're being put under review, right, by the universe. And this person's main focus right now has to do with this Four of Wands. Has to do with wanting the reunion, is what I was feeling. Alrighty. Let's get into it. Let us get into it. So hold on. I kind of want to first... Alright, so I got my Intuit Oracle deck. I want to see how the universe is currently viewing this collective and what is going on in your energy and in your environment. And then I don't know if I want to tap into how you're feeling towards them and stuff, because I feel like maybe we will like just one or two decks, because I don't really want to focus on so much on that, which means confirmation. I'm here to confirm how you're feeling. I tell you how you're feeling. This collective, you're not focused on how you're feeling towards them anymore. You're focused on how you're feeling towards yourself. Just saying. All right, let's get universe's perspective. What is going on with this collective? I feel like being prepared for this collective. Beautiful. First one. And what did I say? Transformation. Death and rebirth energy. Amazing. Total transformation. And we saw the butterfly before. Complete renewal. Yes. Awakening. Catalytic heart awakening. You're rising up from the ashes. You have the geese you're on a, oh my God, beautiful. On a mission to find your own. Relocation. It could be that. And we did get travel for you guys. Maybe you're about to travel. Maybe you're about to move. Leaves no one behind. You know where you're going. Whoa, hold on. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Alrighty, hold on. So we have Phoenix, the geese. It's about the quest. So with this rebirth, you finally know it. I saw my True North card from here. But there's a reason why I said this collective, you could be feeling disconnected right now. Disconnected from this person. This is why, because you're going through a complete renewal of your energy. Beautiful. And it's activating this quest to really, you know, find your own self. But also with this in this quest, or, you know, knowing where you're going, we do have the garden. This is about crowds, audience, certain parties, that Three of Cups energy. But that Three of Cups energy for this collective was that, you know, community energy. That was that soul community energy. This is also about community and playing the field, being in the moment, public venues, but being around certain crowds, the right kind of crowd, meetings, a certain event or date as well. And we have the broom, removing what no longer serves you. So this collective, also the universe is providing these energies, providing these meets, providing these, you know, events that I'm feeling kind of like, you know, those kind of events that it's kind of like last minute and it really just unfolds all naturally. It's like you find out that I feel like you've let go of control issues. That's what I was feeling, and loving yourself first. those events that really, it's like, oh, hey, I have this today, are you available? Like, yeah. And it's like, you don't even have to rush, you don't have to do anything, you just, everything is perfectly timed, and you get there on time, and you meet the right people, you know what I mean? Right? Collective will understand that, because you've been going through a purge, you've been going through a total makeover. Wow, and you've been a stallion in it. You've been breaking free. You've been taming and attaining. And it's so funny because literally I'm seeing that card from my other deck, the stallion. There's this driving force within you. So, but the stallion didn't come out alone. It came out with the boomerang. This is about certain things that were lost, that were meant to be, coming back to you. What is yours will always return. Feel it because of your endurance, because of your stallion energy, because of this not giving up energy. Breaking free also from, the illusion, and finally seeing, that you are that female magician. That through your divine feminine energy, I don't chase, I attract. An item, friendship, relationship, enthusiasm, energy, the return of what's yours because of this energy. That is powerful energy, guys. So because of this transformation, a lot of things are being aligned with you that have to do with your threads. It makes sense why this person's thread as well is being activated. Phoenix, whoa. Oh my God, turning into that head of the pack energy, that alpha energy. Wishes do come true. What did I say? Mental peace. Beautiful. Wishes do come true. Miracles, dreams, feeling blessed, hopeful. There's this ignition within this collective. It's what I said in that first part. There's this, there's this drive to get things done. You're feeling successful. You're feeling whole. You're motivated. Alpha male energy. You're finishing first. Trophy. Going through victory moment. Oh, yeah. Peace. And this is just you guys. Out of that mice energy and out of that raccoon energy, but you're in problem resolving mode. Yes, you could be feeling a little bit of fatigue. Yes, also the journey of being in this exhausted and just, a little bit of, not anxiety, but Phoenix energy, like rebirth can be exhausting for the soul. It's like you're literally stripping away what you once knew to bring in the new. You know what I mean? There's a complete renewal in your energy. It's literally releasing things that you held on to for so long, having to do with your shadow and having to do with your, your coping mechanisms. That, it could be exhausting to remove that. It's you're not losing a part of yourself. You're losing a part of what you created to protect yourself. And that could be very, for the fifth time, exhausting. Exhausting, for sure. But you're asking the right questions with this. You're adapting. You're just letting it flow. You know where you need to go, so you're letting everything happen how it has to happen. Yes, you could feel irritated. Yes, you could feel fatigue, stress, or maybe, you're with a runny nose, but it was a part of the cycle. This is about cycles as well. This was part of the cycle, and this is what you're removing as well through this Phoenix period, which is beautiful. You're being very resourceful with your energy as well, is what I'm feeling. Garden. Beautiful. Dolphin energy, happiness, peace, harmony, effective communication. What did I say with that sun and that Mercury energy? And it's so funny because literally that Mercury energy that was on that Three of Cups, and that sun energy that was with Aries was in that was on that Three of Wands. Confirmation. And you guys need to see my candle. Look at that. Can you guys see that? Look how high that is. Look how connected you currently are with the universe. And every time that candle starts doing that is my confirmation that, I'm giving the right message, and it's really for the right collective. But whatever has to do with this community, whatever has to do with the parties or the audience or the crowds or the right kind of people, you know, society, your kind of Three of Cups people, that, you know, collaboration energy. You're in tune with others, you're playful, there's effective communication even with your emotions as well. You know, you're being helpful, you're in harmony. You're in harmony because you are finally, you know, in this, you're in tune with the right kind of people is what I'm feeling. Beautiful. Broom. Which means, again, you've learned the lesson of who serves you and who doesn't. You're no longer blinded by that mask. You're no longer blinded by, you know, maybe that shiny new object syndrome when, you know, because you saw someone that was attractive, you would be like, oh, there must be. No, you are seeing through their soul. You are seeing people through their soul. Broom. Removing race car fast and efficiently is what I'm seeing. Doing it now, action, purging, breaking the limits, living fast. You're determined to remove what no longer serves you. That is what I feel with that. And the universe can see it. Stallion and boomerang. What is this driving force? Wow. Ball and chain energy. So breaking free from confirmation. You are determined to release whatever is restricting. You are determined to break free from whatever weighs you down, from the addictions, the restrictions, the heavy burdens. 10 of Wands in reverse for sure. Whatever is baggage, codependency, which, how funny, that is part of that boomerang. This person now is really going through that codependency, through the burdens, through what is making them stuck. They are being illuminated with that right now. Whatever makes you feel trapped, or whatever difficult situation or relationship you're in, you are going within. You're strong with your emotions. You're taming, you know, your emotions and not letting them really overpower you. You're just breaking free. You're in stallion mode. You're in freedom mode. Beautiful, beautiful. No longer tied to that ball and chain energy. That is this is how the universe is seeing you. This is absolutely beautiful. So if this is how you're seeing yourself, again, confirmation to what I said before, you are very connected with the universe, and you would have had this thought pattern. It's like, oh my God, yeah, I really am starting to really, you know, be with a different crowd. You know, you're not seeing the same people that you used to see that much. You know, you're really expanding in your circle. You're really expanding from the circle that you once were in. Again, confirmation with that phoenix energy. Alrighty, I want to first quickly and very get these. The one on the bottom. And see how you're currently genuinely feeling towards this person. Oh my God. I don't even know if I want to get into it now because you're going through transformation. I'm seeing that you inspire me as you. This is insane. Oh my God, everything happens for a reason. And watching on the bottom, oh my God, and as I'm saying it, you know that they're watching. Social media spying, lurking. All right. I wanted to see how you felt towards this person, but clearly the universe, my source, is being like, no, we are going to focus on this collective. So not focus so much on how you feel, but maybe, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But clearly this collective, you're more focused on the transformation that this person has provided by just meeting this person, how you found inspiration within yourself and it changed your focus into yourself. That's literally what I'm feeling. You're no longer distracted. You're evaluating. You're paying attention to what you need to pay attention to keep on going. You know, there's this... Again, confirmation to this collective. You're not resentful towards this person. You're more, you know, this needed to happen. It's kind of like that karmic connection energy. It's this needed to happen so that, you know, I could transform and really connect with my true authentic self. That's what I'm feeling with that sign. Oh my God. All right. I guess we won't see how you're feeling towards this person. So what I will do is I want to get universal messages. I'm staring at this, my taming to attain. I want to get universal messages for you guys, and then we'll tap into a little bit of what this person is going through. Maybe it'll help with your lessons and whatever you are still maybe feeling a little stuck in. Even though I feel like this collective, you're really, arrasando is what came to my mind. I don't remember what it's called in English. It's just coming to my mind, arrasando. Yeah, we'll see. And then we'll get maybe dice and what's coming for you next universally. I'm kind of feeling like maybe for this collective, I'm not going to tap in. I feel like for this or maybe I'll tap in, I'll do a connecting energy. I do the connecting energy after, but for this collective, just for this particular reading, I think I'm just going to focus on you guys because that is your main focus currently. And I feel like that is what's being, that's what's really helping you right now. That's what's really keeping you in your strength. So we're going to do that. And then maybe later today or, I'll see when. I'll do the connecting energy for those who want to see what's going on with the connecting energy. And if, because you're very intertwined right now. So I do believe that there are some, lessons that whatever they're going through kind of like really ties into what you guys go through as well, and it will help you with your growth. All right, universal message for this collective. What is the universe releasing? Beautiful. Actions leading to success. They can see it. Yes. And also oneness. Number 1. Oneness. Focusing on yourself and focus on putting that dedicated effort and that right kind of action towards your growth. Beautiful. You could be a dragon. I'm seeing that, you see how there's dragons here? You could be a dragon year from the Chinese horoscope. Beautiful. Small steps, big accomplishments, but also small steps with, what I say about that number 8. That number 8 for me is that karmic justice. That, this collective, clearly you have karma in the forefront of your mind. So whatever you do it with karma in your mind, and that energy can come back to you, but not in the way of, oh, I don't want bad karma. No, you're doing it in the sense of, kind of like that retribution energy. But small steps, big accomplishments. Good things come to those who wait. Your prayers have been answered. And what did I say for this collective? Your inner peace. Confirmation right there. That your angels have been listening to you. I'm going to cry. Oh my God. I got emotional, guys. Oh my God. Wow, this hasn't happened in a while. Oh my God. All right. Oh. Which means this collective, you really had it hard. If I'm crying with just that, by just thinking of your inner peace. Ooh, hold on. Oh my God. Whenever that happens, it's like, whenever that happens, I know that my collective, whoever I'm reading for, has gone through some emotional. A lot of sleepless nights, crying in your bed and like waking up with your eyes all red and puffy, that's a lot of hurt. This collective has gone through a lot of hurt and a lot of purging of that hurt. And it's literally a breath of fresh air right now. Your mental peace and, the peace within that you feel now is a breath of fresh air. Beautiful. Trust. Focus on trusting. Keep trusting. Keep trusting. You're claiming your power. Abundance is on the way by focusing on those actions and by thinking about the small steps. Seeing that bigger picture energy. Whoa. Literally! Breakthrough. Confirmation. I was seeing this one, but I was seeing it with the like that eye, because it's, oh my God, I just started seeing the oh God, I know I'm not normal. I just started seeing the video again because it was saving, and that part, and again I started tearing. tearing up. But I was seeing this one because my other one that says the bigger picture also has this kind of picture, and I was literally seeing that eye, you know. It's literally understanding the bigger picture. But you're going through a major breakthrough with your vision. Because you're finally believing in your vision is what I'm feeling. Yes, you've been nourishing while waiting. That mice energy. By trusting. And 5, transformation. You're on your destiny path. Right, abundance and breakthrough. By changing the perception. And did you see that? Changing the perception that the breakthrough that this collective had clearly has to do with your perception, that outdated thinking. That is where you're gaining that abundance energy. By changing your focus, instead of thinking of the negative and thinking of the positive, a major breakthrough is coming, you know, your way. You know what I mean? It's that clarity energy. By changing your perception, you're going through that beautiful breakthrough. And the breakthrough has to do with what you need to nourish while waiting. Notice how I'm putting this on a pyramid again. I've been doing that for a very long time. Nourishing while waiting has to do with your boundaries. That's part of nourishing yourself. The breakthrough has to do with you putting those limits. You putting, you know, those boundaries. It's taking care of yourself. The breakthrough is no one is going to take care of. That's the breakthrough for this collective. You change your perception into thinking more positively, and also thinking no one is going to come to save me. I am the only one who saves myself. Don't make it fit. You would have had this moment in your journey. And this is what I was seeing. Confirmation, focusing on the bigger picture. That's what I was seeing. Sign. You would have had a moment where you thought this. No one is coming to rescue me. I need to rescue myself. Perception and sacred boundary. Everything is intertwined. It's so funny because literally I've been saying that. Oh my God, and I was thinking of it. I should have said it. Master Manifester, female magician. 10, completion energy. What did I say? Magic. Magic. Beautiful. So by changing that perception and putting up those boundaries, you are manifesting the 3 of Wands. Big developments happening with your manifestations right now. You're doing it the right way now. I should have said it. I was seeing my Master Manifester in my mind. All right. All right. This is pretty. This is nice. This is very nice. All right. Let's confirm what's coming for this collective. Emotional release. Again, purging, having to do with your emotions. We're just going to get 3 of these because these could be long. Focusing on your sacred space. Also, you could be celibate at the moment, but I always see that as, you know, the sacral chakra. But emotional release having to do with your sacral space, your sacral chakra. Ouch. Oh God. So by going through that emotional release with your sacral, you're accessing more ancient wisdom. There's a reason why your guides and, you know, the universe is kind of like blocking you a little bit from this energy. You're needing that space. You're needing that, you know, that it's kind of like not deleting part of the hardware in your mind. It's kind of like making room for what really is going to fill your mind right now. That's what I'm feeling with that. You're going to go through this big transformation. Has to do with you accessing a lot of information from your ancestors that is going to be crucial for your growth, is what I'm feeling. But ascension, you're ascending. Confirmation, what did I say? So you're not only rebirthing, but you're ascending as well. There's a reason why this... Anyway. Teaching, confirmation. There's a reason why you're going to be accessing that ancient wisdom right now. So emotional release and sacred. Maybe, you know, also the universe is really trying to activate you into really coming into your voice, you know, the expression. I'm seeing my psychic card from my spiritual illumination deck. You could be really accessing certain, third eye abilities or psychic abilities as well that you're needing to maybe tap into teaching. It's coming to my mind for a reason. Creation. And you did get something about traveling for work as well. That Three of Wands. That could be something that abundance. And you got 14, 13. So, consecutive numbers, but the other way around, like higher to lower. But finding abundance by focusing on that ancient wisdom as well. And literally death period. Accessing unlimited possibilities through this death period. Major transformation for this collective. Major transformation. Hold on, let me put these away because I don't like to have that. Okay, it is organized, I don't like to have everything everywhere. Alrighty. Let me see. I want to see what spirit animal is guiding you currently, and I want to confirm with these two because I love these. But Memento Mori, life, presence, and depth. The meaning is in the middle. And 22, you got a lot of 22s. Sweet oblivion, uncertainty, fate, and humor. It's okay, I don't know what I'm doing either. You're just letting yourself ride the wave. You're just letting yourself take your magic mushrooms, miracles, fairy energy, and opening up. Stay open to the good and beautiful things. I do believe that's for this color. I don't think that was enough for that. Hold on. I want to get your animals. What animals are following you around at this time? I feel like the phoenix comes out. I do believe it will. So we have the black cockatoo, awakening and enlightenment. Beautiful. That is a beautiful cockatoo, by the way. Usually they're white, but that's beautiful. I love blackbirds. Jellyfish and zebra, your uniqueness. Beautiful, but individuality and uniqueness, surrender and acceptance. And 33, 32, 33, and 30. 333. And the white peacock coming into your glory, your royalty energy. Very nice. That zebra really reminds me of that divine feminine energy and that magical muse kind of energy. So I do believe like a lot of your magic is going to be really activated. There's a reason why that ancient wisdom came out as well. I thought that phoenix would come out, but confirmation, peace. This is what this collective wanted, peace, purity of spirit. I'm seeing my white heart from my charmies. Alrighty. Let's get future. And let's see. Let's get a dice. And if 6 comes out, we're getting weeks. And if anything else comes out, we're getting days. And I'll see how far ahead does the universe want us to tap into for this collective. What is coming for this collective lesson-wise, in any aspect of your life. 7 days, a week. Your next week ahead. All right, let's get week ahead. Let's get these. I want to get these week ahead for this collective. We'll just get 3 and then we'll get 5 of the tarot. Well, 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, so we have symphony, harmony, synergy, 3, 2, and 6. So 2nd of the 6th, 6th of the 2nd, 23rd of the 2nd could be an important date as well. This is about organized structure, assemblies, team collaborations. Confirmation to what I said with that work and that ancient wisdom. I feel like there's something having to do with your magical powers or your sight, your psychic abilities that is going to really a lot of abundance and fruition coming with that aspect. But then we have the flamingos. This is about soulmates, lovers, union, dating, attraction, long-term potential, displays of affection, the it factor, two of a kind, alluring, the je ne sais quoi. And then we have the repairman. So I do feel like there's something having to do with your soul connection, your divine. There is having to make adjustments, but recovery, many parts working, fine-tune, repairing, healing, fixing. I do believe that there is a test, or there is something having to do with your divine that is going to be put into your table in the next week. It has to do with mending, and we'll see. All right, next 7 days for this collective universal message. What is happening in the next 7 days for this collective? Whoa. Making progress, the waxing moon. So 1 to 2 weeks, clearly. So the next 7 days is kind of going to be that domino effect to that, you know, to the next 2 weeks. But shifting consciousness, gaining strength, final steps, and the increase. And makes sense with the symphony energy. Next 7 days. Wow, way too many. All right, so we have, I feel like this next 7 days, like the shifting consciousness has to do with this fool's energy, but this is about holding back, reckless, lacking faith. Oh, 6 of Cups in reverse. I don't even feel like this is your energy. I feel like this is this person. Maybe they're going to want to, not that they're going to want to rush in, but I do feel like they're going to act a little bit impulsively and not maybe, you know, I feel like they're acting because of going through, you know, so what I'm feeling with this is I do feel like there is a shift in consciousness in this collective, but also this person, there's something having to do with your increase. This collective, I don't feel like you're going to rush into anything. I feel like more this impulse, this lack of faith, that this holding back is coming from this other person because they're going through a 6 of Cups in reverse moment, their nostalgia. But this is about someone returns from the past, revisiting the past. Certain memories are being illuminated as well, and it makes sense with this flamingo. I do believe this collective, you're more in 9 of Cups. You're 9 of Cups because you are also in 2 of Swords in reverse. You are seeing that clear, the clear warnings. You are seeing, you know, you're going within with your decisions. You're not being impulsive. You are emotionally fulfilled because you finally see through the red flags. You finally see the warning signs. You finally see, you know, through that veil. Where this person is literally that Fool and that 6 of Cups. I'm seeing it with them, and I'm getting that pain, like a little bit of that pain in the chest. I'm feeling the anxiety. Then we have that 9 of Wands. This is about out of control, retreating, trying another approach, but overwhelming energy. I feel that's collective. You maybe go through it kind of like a not worth it energy, but it's kind of like a little bit of this repairman energy, you know, fine-tune healing, but it's also, you know, it's the going within and thinking, okay, this needs fixing, but, you know, is it something that I need to fix, or is it, you know, they need to fix it? You know what I mean? I feel like it's more this person who needs to fix it, but Sagittarius energy, moon. One more for 9 of Wands. I do believe that maybe this person will be defensive, or also it could be, I don't feel like this collective you're going to be defensive, but maybe it's going to activate certain defensiveness within you. Because literally over this 9 of Wands clarifying is that 3 of Wands that you are currently going through right now. You know, you manifesting what you really want in your life. And this collective, you do not want something that is out of control. You do not want something that will activate your defensiveness, that you are needing to try another approach to make it work, you know, that makes you feel overwhelmed or it's not worth it. This collective, you're focused on the progress. You're not focused on, you know, the thinking small. You're you know, getting small accomplishments done. I'm sorry, you're taking small steps to get the big accomplishments. You're focused on that bigger picture, where this person, I feel, is a little bit too focused right now, having to do with, you know, the nostalgia and, you know, wanting to rush this in because they get, again, confirmation to what I said before. This person has a sense of urgency within themselves. And it's because you guys are changing frequency. You're changing your energy again. So they could be actually where you guys felt as well disconnected. They can be feeling like they're about to be disconnected by you guys as well. Whatever, see, Five of Swords upright. This is hostility, defeat, conflict, self-sacrificing energy. This collective, you do not self-sacrifice anymore. No longer. I want to clarify the Fool, and this. I do believe that I want to clarify the Fool and Six of Cups because I believe it's this person. They're needing to balance this out. Temperance, upright. Union of oppositions, literally. Moderation, harmony, patience is what I'm feeling with this, but alchemizing, balance, and peace. Biggest thing I'm hearing with this is, you know, I do believe that there is something coming to your table with communication with this person, having to do with this rushing in, and this collective, I feel like you shut it down, but in a kind-hearted way, even though for this person. But let's confirm. Waxing moon. So funny, I literally did not want to get into love with this collective. Beautiful! But it's coming out anyways. It's part of your threads. It's part of your threads. Beautiful. So waxing moon, shifting consciousness, dedication for your effort, rewards of your labor. You're dedicating to your craft. Confirmation to what I said with that speaking, the harmony energy, the contribution, the collaborating. But this is about committed and mastery and work. But self-employed, certain achievements having to do with your job as well. Confirmation. Full. So where this collective, you've taken that Fool's journey upright by focusing on that new beginning, you know, just jumping into the unknown and understanding the universe will always catch you and take you where you need to be. You're in Nine of Coins. Look how much nines you have here. So Nine of Coins, rewards of your labor, status, abundance, you're feeling self-sufficient. There's a reason why again, confirmation. And it's so funny because literally you've balanced out your Fool and your Six of Cups energy. This person needs to balance out their Fool and their Six of Cups. They need to turn it around. But this collective, because you've balanced it out, you're in maturation mode. You're in fulfillment mode, literally, emotionally and pentacle-wise. I do believe a lot of, again, confirmation to what I said before, you will be, you know, abundance in pentacle path. Six of Cups, lack of direction with the Six of Cups. It's forceful. Confirmation to what I said before. Facing opposition. This person, it's the Chariot in reverse. I do not see this. I don't see this collective moving forward with this anytime soon. This collective where before maybe, you know, going to the past or remembering the past would actually activate that nostalgia in you and maybe activate that wanting or that longing veil. This collective, now you're being very logical and you're like, this just only activates lack. This only activates stagnancy, stillness. You know, this there's no direction here by focusing on this, where this person is now focusing on this, and that in their own selves is kind of like putting that stagnancy because they're not seeing the right way. Want one more for the Chariot? I feel like you're putting that, you know, Chariot energy. Yes, there's confirmation. Look at this. Beautiful. Confirmation. You know, when this is supposed to happen, it'll happen. This collective, you're not, you know, whatever is forceful, you know it's not right for you. You know you need to listen to your intuition with this. The intuition is what leads you now, no longer your mind. There's an epiphany, a clarity over this collective going through the past, you know, really going through that, revisiting the past and stuff, is only going to put hardship into this collective's mind and is only going to put this collective into lack direction. This collective, you are very aware of your emotions and very aware of what puts stagnancy in your life and what puts drive in your life. Do not make it fit. And I feel like you're going to be in strength with this, more so with this perfecting the balance, because it's kind of like literally that balance between mind, body, and soul. Is what I'm feeling. You've released the fear and anxiety. You're hearing your intuition. You are unveiled. You're no longer trapped into, you know, what was the soul connection, you know, in that veil, literally. There's a truth. There's a vision. Yes, this can happen at one point. Yes, this can come into fruition at one point, but it's not your main focus right now. But yeah. This collective, you are not blinded anymore, and in the next 7 days you won't be blinded either. Again, I feel like that blindness has been, you know, swept away, cleaned away, purged away with that phoenix energy that you have been going through. 9 of Cups. Confirmation. You forgive this person. You're no longer holding on to resentment. You are emotionally fulfilled in your mind. You're ready to move on. You're healing. You're letting go. You're accepting the change with this. And that's why you are in that 9 of Cups fulfillment energy. And that is what's actually activating, again, that what I said, female magician. That is what I feel. This collective, you are in willpower. You're in influence. You're in master manifestor energy. Next 7 days is going to be very important for you to keep that in mind. But you're resourceful. Your intellect. This is beautiful. You're releasing a lot of, again, emotional baggage. 9 of Wands. Let's confirm this 9 of Wands. It's literally what I said. This collective, you're going to see that this is out of control. You're going to see that maybe it's going to ignite certain being defensive in your energy, and it's not something that you want. So you actually see it as, you know what, this is not worth it right now. So 5 of Coins in reverse. You see it as looking ahead, positive changes coming in, maybe rebuilding in another way, you know, maybe you end up, you know, there's a reason why I said it before. I don't feel like this collective, you're going to be nasty to this person. I feel this collective, you're going to be very, you know, logical with this person, and, you know, through your experience, through what you went through, maybe even through some vulnerability, you know, this and this happened, or, you know, this and this made me feel like this, and this is not something I want to feel. So for now, I feel like you really, you know, let this person understand, like, know that you are not open right now for this rebuilding energy. Even though this is about out of the woods, this is about rebuilding, acceptance, recovery, and a turning point. I feel like the turning point that this collective and this person will have in their own reunion energy has to do with this collective actually saying, you know, not right now. Maybe hearing them out, but, you know, just putting yourself first and focusing on maybe your pinnacle path and, you know, this community that you're building right now. And actually that through that, I feel like that's where, you know, the positive changes happen, you know, not, there's the recovery comes from that. Because I feel like your strength actually activates this person into also want to really tap into their strength is what I'm feeling. Again, the teaching, it came to my mind, which is beautiful. It's very nice. Seize the day. It's going to activate them seizing the day energy. You know, their focus. There's a little bit of impulsiveness and impatience though, but their focus is what I was feeling more. And in a year or more, it could tie up certain loose ends. I'm hearing New Year, but validating feelings, finding the light within. Maybe this person really finds the light within, and that's, you know, we'll see. But we'll tap into their energy later. It's so funny because literally I just wanted to see your energy. I want to see universally what's going to go on with you, but clearly this is a very big step into you with your own balance and your own, you know, path. Clearly this is one of the blocks that you need to go through, or the hurdles that you need to go through, the steps, the lessons, so that you can keep going and keep ascending into your highest abundant and most abundant timeline. But yeah, this is beautiful energy anyways. You know, there's a lot of transition. There's a lot of, you know, clarity of the mind, which I feel like this collective, it's like, yes. I feel like every time I say clarity of the mind or peace in the mind, this collective is like, yes. But yeah, next 7 days, pivotal for the internal changes that this person needs, and also for the external changes that this collective is going to receive. Alrighty, let's confirm that reading with these. Confirm. Balancing out spirituality and practicality. This collective, you are doing that. It's more this person who needs to do that. Maybe believe a little bit more. A time for healing, confirmation. And I feel like whenever this point does come in, this communication does come in with this person, it's going to be very healing for you as well. You're going to see yourself in a different light. Because you're going to really understand. It's not, you're already putting up the boundaries. But I feel like this point of interaction is going to be more of that, you know, because you have an awareness, because you have a clarity of thought, you're really going to see it as, oh my God, I really put myself first. You know what I mean? You're going to be proud of yourself is what I'm feeling. Because you know that you are good enough. You know. All right. Well, for balancing spirituality and practicality. Accepting responsibility. And this collective, you are doing that. You are doing that. Very good. All right. Time for healing. My ADHD brain, I swear, I'm seeing that balsamic moon, and the first thing that's coming to my mind is that balsamic vinegar. I swear. Oh my God. Oh, strength. Again, confirmation. Confirmation to what I said before. You feel so proud of yourself. You are good enough. Whoa. Go for it. Keep going. You're going to make the right decision is what I'm hearing with that. And I believe it. Alrighty. Let's get our charmies and our dice. And then I have to go because it's my sister's birthday today. I want to go surprise her. Okay, that's all that wanted to come out. You're soaring. I haven't gotten this out in a while. But again, in the Blackbirds sign. You're soaring. Beautiful. Keep soaring. Keep soaring. I was staring at this one. I was a little, you know, not sad, but I thought this was going to come out, or the butterfly. But the little turtle and the butterfly. Okay, so we have initials T and R. Your initials could be T and R, you know, or, you know, with this person as well. But maybe your first and last name. It's coming to my mind. And we have, clearly travel is big for this collective. We have my little suitcase. So this says Hong Kong, Moscow, and London, New York, Paris, and Tokyo. Maybe you're traveling to one of those places. Okay. I can't grab them. All right. So we're getting birthdays, important dates, angel numbers you might be seeing or need to look up, or angel numbers that are following you around. I'm seeing 333 for sure. So we have 24th of the 1st could be an, all right, so we had the 24th of the 9th, the 24th of the 5th, and we're on the 5th currently, 12th of the 5th as well. We did say 7 days, and what day is it today? Today's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That would be 4 days. Well, today is the 8th of the 5th, and we have 8th of the 5th here, so maybe, you know, 9th of the 5th, 12th of the 5th, 98 could be a year you were born or this person was born, 14th of the 5th, 14th of the 9th, and 14th of the 8th. 0000, a new cycle. You could be seeing 0000 a lot. We have 33, and I did say I thought I saw 33. Third of a third as well, portal energy. 33, divine feminine energy. 22, and 22 is following you around as well. We did get a lot of 22s here, so you could be seeing 222 a lot. You know, unexpected miracles. 4th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 4th, and my throat chakra again closing. 86 angel number or year you were born. 232 is what I'm seeing, or 2323 as well. 8th of the 6th, 6th of the 8th, 8th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 8th, 8th of the 4th, 4th of the 8th, 8th of the 2nd, 2nd of the 8th, 22nd of the 8th, 22nd of the 6th, 22nd of the 3rd, 22nd of the 4th, 2nd of the 2nd, portal energy as well. And 23rd of the 2nd, 23rd of the 6th, 23rd of the 8th, 23rd of the 4th. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I I love you. I will try to post the connecting energy today a little later because I have to actually go and I have to do stuff. But yeah, I'll try to get that reading done today. I really want to get that reading done today, so I will try my best and I will do it. I'm going to do it. I'm not even going to say I'm going to try. I'm going to do it today. But I love you all. I'll see you all later. And yeah, keep doing the good work that you're doing. I'll see you all a little later. Bye.